Hello, everyone. Today, we are talking about singular versus plural nouns, pronouns, and subject-verb agreement. This is called concord, in the simple present tense in English. Take notes. Pause the video if needed. Write down your answers. Let's get started. What is a noun? A noun is a word that names a person, place, thing, or idea. Examples: person, teacher, Emily, brother. Place, school, park, city. Thing, book, cat, ball. Idea, love, happiness, strength. Singular versus plural. What does singular mean? And what does plural mean? Singular means one person, place, or thing. Look at the word singular. Can you see the number 1 hiding in the letter I? For example, a cat, a book, a child. Plural means more than one person, place, or thing. Look at the word plural. Do you see the letter L more than once? For example, cats, books, children. One sister, many sisters. One town, many towns. One dog, 2 dogs. One book, many books. One skill, many skills. How do we change a singular word to make it plural, so that the word refers to many things and not just one? For most words we simply add s. For example, dog becomes dogs, car becomes cars. Words ending in ch, sh, ss, x, o. For words like this we add es to the end. For example, box becomes boxes, bus becomes buses, church becomes churches. For words ending in y, after a consonant, we change the y to I, E, S. For example, baby becomes babies, granny becomes grannies. Some words change completely when they become plurals. For example, man becomes men, child becomes children, foot becomes feet, person becomes people. You can look for lists for more of these words, called irregular plurals, on the internet. Remember, nouns can be singular, one, or plural, more than one. Understanding pronouns. I, he, she, it, they. Pronouns are words we use to replace nouns to avoid repetition. For example, look at these sentences. Jake plays soccer. Jake also studies every day. Jake loves music. Jake is repeated a lot. This makes the sentences and story boring and repetitive. The pronoun he can be used instead of Jake in the last 2 sentences. Take a look. Jake plays soccer. He also studies every day. He loves music. So, how do we know which pronoun to use in a sentence? If I'm talking about myself, I would use I instead of repeating my name. For example, instead of I'm Lucy. Lucy likes pizza. Lucy eats pizza often. I would rather say I'm Lucy. I like pizza. I eat pizza often. If we are talking about a male person, a man or a boy, we use the pronoun he instead of repeating the name. For example, David plays guitar. David practices every day. He hopes to join a band. David plays guitar. He practices every day. He hopes to join a band. If we are talking about a female person, a woman or a girl, we use the pronoun she instead of repeating the name. For example, Judy reads books. Judy reads every day. Judy also draws portraits. Judy reads books. She reads every day. She also draws portraits. If we are talking about a thing, an animal or an idea, we use the pronoun it instead of repeating the name of the thing. For example, the bicycle is broken. It needs new tires. It also needs a new seat. Puppy is very playful. It runs and barks a lot. It is very cute. If we are talking about more than one person or one thing, we use the pronoun they. For example, the students study hard. They take notes in class. They discuss the work with each other. The trees are very beautiful. They provide shade on sunny days. They also shelter birds. The simple present tense. The simple present tense is the verb form we use to talk about habits, unchanging situations, repeated actions, general truths or facts, fixed arrangements, emotions, wishes and to give instructions or directions. Let's look at some example sentences. Habits. I exercise every day. Unchanging situations. I work in Durban. General truth or fact. Africa is a continent. Unchanging situations. The earth rotates around the sun. To express fixed arrangements, present or future. Your test starts at 10 a.m. and ends at 12:30 p.m. Be careful. The simple present is not used to express actions happening right now, at this second. Verbs play three very important roles in a sentence. 1. They tell us what action is occurring. 2. They tell us something about the time the action is occurring in the past, in the present or in the future. And 3. They tell us if a single person or thing is taking the action, or if many people or things plurals are taking the action. Subject-verb agreement. This is called concord. In the simple present tense. This is a very important aspect of a proper English sentence. Take notes and pay close attention. For a sentence in English to be correct, the subject and the verb need to agree with each other. If our subject is singular, one person or one thing, then the verb that tells us what the subject is doing must also be singular. If our subject is plural, two or more people or things, then the verb that tells us what the subject is doing must also be plural. Let's look at an example. Paul eats dinner. We know that the subject in a sentence tells us who or what the sentence is about. The subject is Paul. We also know that verbs are doing words. Words like swim and talk are verbs. They are things we can do. Is and are also verbs. The verb in this sentence is eats. The action Paul takes or what Paul is doing. We can see only one person in the subject in this sentence, Paul. The verb eats must also then only refer to one person. Read this short story. Identify the subject and the verb in each sentence. When is the action in the story taking place? In the past, present or future? Stephen and Emily meet at the park. He says, I run every morning. She smiles. I do yoga, but my brother plays video games all day. Exercise is good for the body. It makes people strong. Muscles grow when they move, says Stephen. Many people sit too much. They work on computers all day. Emily nods. Yes, but athletes train hard. They run, jump and lift weights. She stretches her arms. I feel lazy before I exercise, but happy after. Stevens. Me too. We feel tired before, but great after. They walk and talk. The sun shines. Birds sing. They enjoy the fresh air. Did you identify the subjects in each sentence? When is the story taking place? It takes place in the present tense. To understand how and when to change the form of the verb, we need to know about its base form. The base form of a verb is simply the verb in its original, unchanged form. This is the base or starting block used to create different forms of the same verb. It is the form you find in the dictionary. Examples of base forms. Walk, not walks, walked or walking. Eat, not eats, ate or eating. Go, not goes, went or going. When do we use the base form? If the subject is plural, many, we use only the base form of the verb in the simple present tense. We don't make any changes to it. Let's look at some examples. You guys talk a lot. Not, you guys talks a lot. You, in this case, refers to all the guys in the sentence. It is referring to many people and so it is regarded as the plural you. We walk to class. Not, we walks. They eat apples. Not, they eats. People buy groceries at month end. Not, people buys. I sing every day. Not I sings. I is regarded as a plural subject. This may seem strange because it refers to only one person. It helps to remember, I is plural if you think of the many roles you play. You may be a friend, daughter, sister, mother, aunt, student, gardener, cyclist and cook. You have many plural aspects to your life and personality, and so you qualify to use the plural verb I when talking about yourself. But what if the subject is singular, referring to only one person or thing? If the subject is singular, one, we add s or es to the base form of the verb. The verb changes a bit. Take a look at these examples. He runs to class. Not, he run. We add s to the base form, run, to create runs. She works hard. Not, she work. We add s to the base form, work, to create works. It sounds like dogs barking. Not, it sound. We add s to the base form, sound, to create sounds. Tim washes the bowl. Not, Tim wash. We add es to the base form, wash, to create washes. Mary sings like an angel. Not, Mary sing. The laptop runs on a battery. Not, the laptop run. What is an easy way to remember when to use only the base verb and when to use s or es? For many plural verbs, you can think of it like this. Many plural words already have an s. For example, books, tables, shoes, sausages. So, the verb that goes with them, the verb that agrees with them, does not get an s. Be careful, though, of irregular plurals, like people. These words are still plural, referring to more than one person, and so also don't get an s on their verb. Ask yourself, is this subject singular or plural? If it is plural, it probably already uses an s and does not get another s with the verb that goes with it. Examples. The teachers eat lunch. The subject is teachers. Plural. The verb is eat, it does not get an s. They snack on sandwiches. The subject is they. Plural. The verb is snack, it does not get an s. But what if the subject is singular? There is only one person or thing referred to. Singular subjects do not usually have an s at the end. For example, baby, screen, phone, bed, speaker. Do you see that s at the beginning of the word, singular? If your subject is singular, that s must go at the end of the verb. Remember, some verbs need es instead of s. Why? Because verbs ending in ch, sh, ss, x, or o need es. For example, the professor looks at the test. The subject is the professor. Singular. The verb is looks, it gets an s. The father cooks for his family. The subject is the father. Singular. The verb is cooks, it gets an s. She smiles at the baby. The subject is she. Singular. The verb is smiles, it gets an s. Always ask yourself, is the subject singular, one or plural, many? If the subject is singular, give the verb an s or es at the end. If the subject is plural, do not give the verb an s. Now, let's practice. Which sentence is correct? 1. He walked to school. 2. He walks to school. Sentence 2 is correct. Why? The subject he is singular, so the verb must be singular. The singular form of the verb in the simple present tense is walks. Complete these sentences with the correct verb form. 1. My brother likes football. 2. The learners goes to school at 7 a.m. 3. I reads books every night. Answers. Likes, the subject, my brother, is singular, 1. So the verb must be in the singular form, likes. Go, the subject, the learners, is plural, many. So the verb must be in the plural form, which is the base form, go. Read, the subject is I. Remember, I is regarded as a plural subject. So the verb must be in the plural form, which is the base form, read. But the mistakes, correct the incorrect sentences. Compare the subject and verb. Do they both agree? Are they both indicating the singular or both indicating the plural? Or do they disagree, one referring to something singular and the other plural? Make them agree. 1. He walked to work every day. 2. My dog chased the cat. 3. We eat dinner at 6 p.m. Answers. He walks to work every day. My dog chases the cat. We eat dinner at 6 p.m. Pay attention to the subject-verb agreement in the text you read. Practice your new skills by taking a short text and identifying the subject and verb in each sentence. Use a pencil or highlighter to mark the subjects and verbs. Notice how they agree. Write about your own habits or daily routine using the simple present tense. Underline your subjects and verbs. Check that they agree. Keep practicing. Enjoy your English language journey.